The Chicago Bears are leaning towards moving the first pick in the draft and holding on to Justin Fields per Adam Schefter. Did you see this coming? We'll talk about all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, man, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So per Adam Schefter, who literally came out today and blew everybody's predictions for the Chicago Bears that were like, you should move on from Justin Fields. That would be the greatest thing to do because it resets the quarterback play or rookie contract. Shut up, you bunch of idiots. They were never moving on from Justin Fields. Adam Schefter comes out and says that the Chicago Bears are leaning towards moving the first pick in the draft, holding on to Justin Fields and moving forward with him as their quarterback, trying to get as much draft capital as they can while moving on with the player that's currently in the building. I mean, this just makes the most sense, right? Like, it's not like something that I came into this offseason feeling like, oh my God, there's no way that you can hold on to Justin Fields in this situation. You have to reset. There's not a quarterback in this draft that's going to come into the situation that Justin Fields has already been in the worst situation of and thrive in the way that Justin Fields was able to in the second half of the season last year. Now, granted, right? Is it the way that we wanted to see it play out at the end? Did it finish out? No, I'm not saying that the season went perfectly. He was able to go out there and win. But you saw Justin Fields have literal, competitive, consistent, week after week successes in a team of dudes that if I just told you, name me the 2023 Bears and you weren't a Bears fan, you wouldn't be able to name a single one of them outside of maybe David Montgomery and Darnell Mooney. So there's the start of that, right? You're starting off with a situation where Justin Fields is the best person for the situation that's here. Does that mean he's the best quarterback that you're going to go out there and find? Does that mean he's the best quarterback in the league? No, but he's the best quarterback for the situation that you're in right now. And that's the main reason why I like the fact that we're not even realistically moving away from him. The one thing that I don't like about having this out there is that I would like this to get a little bit further into, you know, the closeness of the draft. Would like this to make it a little bit further that the Bears aren't leaning towards moving that first round pick, because I think it increases the leverage that you have. But the thing is, there's so much leverage on this pick anyway. It probably doesn't matter. As you go through your top 10, 15 teams, you see teams that need nothing but quarterback on a consistent basis going down. Yeah, there's some teams that might get lucky, go out there and get Aaron Rodgers. Somebody's going to be able to find a nice piece in Derek Carr, right? But it's not the teams that are at the top of the draft, and it's not the teams when you start getting to that first 10 teams in there where you're looking at them and saying, yeah, Derek Carr's a perfect fit there. He's the only piece that they need. These guys are trying to rebuild their team from the ground up, so they need a young piece that will be able to build with them. That's number one for me, right? And so the fact that the Bears are leaning towards moving this pick, it's just the logical thing to do. You can believe in Justin Fields or not, but logically, the best thing for you to do is not go out there and draft the guy that historic NFL history, I guess would be the right way to say it, would tell you isn't going to have the best success unless you put him in the perfect situation. Newsflash for any Bears fans or non-Bears fans watching this: the Chicago Bears is not the perfect situation for Bryce Young to come into. He's probably going to go as the number one quarterback in this draft. He's probably going to go at the top of this draft, probably will go with the number one overall pick. And that should not be the Chicago Bears selecting him. So this makes the most amount of sense. And even with that, right, I know everybody wants to say, the size conversation is stupid. The size conversation doesn't matter. The fact that I can go on Google and literally say best quarterbacks in the NFL under 6 feet, and it gives me a couple of guys from today's era of football, and then I make it all the way back to Johnny Unitas real quick, tells me all you need to know about how size matters in this NFL. Man, I wish I had a Manscaped read right now. This would be a perfect time to insert this. Somebody come through with a sponsorship or a Blue Chew read. A Blue Chew read would have been great at this moment as well. By the way, while we're at this moment, let me know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. Do you think that the Chicago Bears are making the right decision by moving off of the first round pick, leaning towards moving off of, I guess we haven't said it 100%, right? But leaning towards moving off a first round pick, or do you think that they should be looking to move on from Justin Fields instead? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down to talk with you guys as well. Here's the thing about history, right? Like I said, size matters in this league. And it tells you that based on the amount of players that have had success. You're talking about Drew Brees, Russell Wilson right now. Tua is having some nice success as a 6 foot and under quarterback. He is 6 foot though. Kyler Murray's a guy who's been successful, a little up and down, more so due to attitude than actual ability though. But that should tell you that this is not a small man sport at the quarterback position. This is the big man's game. This is where you got to come out and you got to have a little bit of size on you. You got to be able to go out there and at least see over the 6'5" dudes that are standing up trying to keep you alive, and the 6'5" dudes on the other side that are trying to kill you. So I think that the size conversation, while people are just like, it doesn't really matter. Well, history would say that it does. History in the NFL would say that, yeah, smaller quarterbacks don't tend to be very successful in this league. They don't tend to go on and have long spanning careers that are just Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. You've got a couple of guys who have been the elite of the elites, and outside of that, you really start to see the drop off immediately in this NFL. The other thing that I think really plays into this is the fact that the Chicago Bears, we're going to get a king ransom no matter what, but you want to get a king's ransom while not having to worry about the other positions coming into play. The one thing that the resetting the clock narrative that was being put out there, by the way, I love how Schefter's so like the top of NFL breaking news and stuff like that. Like, he is the guy, the go-to guy, right? I love that he's so good at that. The fact that all these people that literally were just like, the Bears need to move this pick, they have to move this pick, they're gonna move this pick, it only makes sense for them to move this pick, instantly had to backtrack that opinion there, right? Like the video, just if you're enjoying the backtrack that you're seeing from all these guys that were literally tearing Justin Fields down for not being able to throw the football to receivers that you can't name, right? Like they tearing Justin Fields down for not being able to throw the football for the end roster wide receivers that you can barely name here in Chicago, right? Like, come on, dog, what are we talking about here? But at the end of the day, here's the thing, and here's the biggest point that I think you have to take away from this when you're talking about how the Bears are going to attack this draft. You don't want to go into this worrying about positions that you feel like you might have a piece at, or you feel like a piece can be at least solid in that situation. We come into this season feeling good about our quarterback position. We haven't felt good about the quarterback position ever. Maybe people felt good when Jim McMahon was back there, right? And I think Jim McMahon is honestly probably IQ-wise our best quarterback in Bears history. So I put Jim McMahon up there as top of the list for us, right? But we haven't felt good about a quarterback in Chicago ever. For the first time ever, we feel good about a dude that's on the field that's able to have production. And it looks like when you protect him and he throws the football gets to the people that he's supposed to throw it to. They have to catch that football, and that does help. So I think that you go into this situation now saying, I can create draft capital, that I can put pieces in place where, here's the kicker, even if Justin Fields doesn't work out, even if I'm wrong, even if he's not our franchise quarterback, he's not the future of the Chicago Bears at the quarterback position, he's not the future of football in Chicago. You want to know why teams like San Francisco can go out there and just throw guys out there? Because everything else around them is set. Everything else that is around them is good to go. And that is what you're looking for coming into these drafts. You're not looking for the Chicago Bears to go out there and find the perfect quarterback in this draft. You're trying to make the perfect situation so that no matter who goes out there, right? Because here's the thing, Justin Fields could be the greatest guy in the world. What if he gets hurt? Right? Jimmy G has one of the highest winning percentages in the NFL. He's hurt yet again. Trey Lance was the backup plan. Hurt. You made it all the way to your 4th string quarterback, and he was still able to get you to an NFC championship game. NFC championship game. Think, right? They got that far, right? Ain't that where they got? I don't know. Y'all let me know. But he was still able to get you that far Because the situation around him was set. The situation around him was already in place. And that is the part that makes the most difference if you're the Chicago Bears going into this. If you believe that Justin Fields is the guy, you need to put a great situation around him. And if you don't believe that Justin Fields is the guy, there still needs to be a great situation in place so that when you do go out possibly back into the draft and you're looking for another quarterback or you're looking for a vet that's running around this NFL, you have that situation perfectly set for whoever's going to be standing back there to have success. I've seen backup quarterbacks come in and be able to be successful, not just in San Francisco, but be able to be successful because there was a situation where they're like, well, I can throw to one of the best receivers in the NFL. I can hand it off to a really, really good running back. I have an offensive line that's still going to give me all day. I have a defense that's going to put me in good positions. That's what you're trying to build as an organization. That's what you're trying to build as a team. There's a reason that teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers rarely have losing seasons. They understand, yeah, we got Big Ben, but then when Big Ben started breaking down, they still really weren't losing. Why? Because the situation itself was in place for you to have success. And so for me, I think that that is the focus of Ryan Poles coming into this draft. That is the reason why you hold on to Justin Fields. That's the reason why you move off of the first round pick, because as Adam Schefter said before, the Chicago Bears are going to get unbelievable offers for this pick. Why? Because teams like Carolina back at 9 that you're sitting there and you're like, why would they give up anything major for this pick? Are saying we need a quarterback that's going to reset everything that we do here. We need the guy that we can find moving forward. So what are we willing to give up? Possibly a defensive player, definitely draft capital for you to go out there and get the guy of your future. That's why you move on from the pick and not the player in this situation. I love the fact that we're hearing this from the Chicago Bears. Again, I would have loved to hear this a little bit later on, right? Like I feel like we're a little early in the process to be hearing this from the Chicago Bears. And really it's from Schefter, right? But you know what Schefter's getting the information from. You know who he's hearing from. You know teams are calling. That's the main thing. Teams are calling the Bears about this pick. Teams are already making offers. I've seen a couple of tweets out there. I got to see if I can find this real quick. Where there were offers believed to already be in place. Oh, you know what? That was in the Discord. There were offers already believed to be in place that the Bears may already have a trade in place that they're just waiting until the actual date, I believe March 15th, for them to be able to go out there and announce it. That is where this kind of pick is already putting you in a position for. There might already be a deal. And that's the big part, right? Like there might already be a deal, at least in word, in agreement, right? And guess what? Somebody might hear that and be like, wait a minute, we're not the team that's agreeing to it. We're not the team that they've agreed to this deal with. We need to up our offer. We need to offer more. We need to. Now you're talking about this is how you go get king's ransoms in the draft. This is how you go out there and you find the big hauls. This is how you go out there and you have the John Lynch type hauls that he was able to get from the Chicago Bears, right? Because they were sitting there bidding with themselves. Ryan Pace out there bidding with themselves saying, oh my God, I have to go out here and get Mitchell Trubisky. That's the only guy in the draft that I wanted. I'm trying to see here. God, dog, this mug is tiny. I guess it was sent from a phone. All right, let me go over here. Because I did have this one pulled up as well, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with your boy, man. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We do talk Chicago sports on a daily basis on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Also appreciate you guys for supporting the show and stuff like that. So there's a couple of people that are already putting this out there and talking about that the Bears might already have some deals in place. I don't know if this is going to go all the way to the top, right? I don't know if this is the actual deals that are being mentioned, but the fact that and I'm actually not gonna bring it up because now I'm seeing I'm seeing conflicting articles as I typed it in to look it up here. But the fact that, right, like there could already be deals in place. There could already be talks in place for the Chicago Bears to move back. Where does that put you? Where are you moving back to? Are you moving back to the second pick? Are you moving back to the fourth pick? Are you moving back even further than that? Are you moving back to the second and then trying to move back further? Because there are multiple quarterbacks and multiple teams that need a quarterback trying to move up. It doesn't mean that Bryce Young is the end all be all. It doesn't mean that after you trade the first, that's the only place you can go. I think there's a couple of opportunities here for the Bears to still be able to make some moves, be able to make some picks, be able to, you know what I mean? Like, and to me, I think that is the part for me that gets me the most excited about this first round pick, and the fact that I'm more willing to move the pick because I get a guarantee that the pick that I'm sending to is going to a team that's going, I can control kind of where I want to go, right? I think you could do that more with the pick than you can with Justin Fields. You can literally say, hey, Texans, do you want a quarterback? Yes, we want a quarterback. Do you want Bryce Young? Yes, we want Bryce Young. Oh, okay. Give me your stuff. Then I'm going to move back again. I'm going to go talk to the Colts. Hey, they're taking Bryce Young. You want Will Levis? You want CJ Stroud? Because you need a young quarterback still. There's still a lot of room for the Chicago Bears to make different offers here. I like the fact that the Bears are going to be able to go out here and control their own fate essentially with this first pick. And I like the fact that we're leaning towards moving the first pick overall. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below, man. This is big, right? Because this is only, I believe, the 12th pick, first overall, that will be traded since the AFL NFL merger. I believe this is the 12th pick since the AFL NFL merger, first overall, that will ever be traded. So this is a major deal for the Chicago Bears moving this pick. It's not lightly. It's not something that Ryan Poles can take lightly, right? You got to get this right and get as much as you can for this. Hopefully the Chicago Bears will be able to capitalize off of this. I do want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bears content. Click the links on the screen or check the links in the description below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and show support to the page, man. As always, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bird on. Peace.